Hello, in this video we are going to learn how to construct classes from data, how to construct frequencies and relative frequencies, and the difference between bar chart and histogram. We have a data set here. We have four variables. Here's number one variable is person. This is basically a serial number, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you remember the definition of different types of variables that we discussed? So since this is a serial number, this is a nominal variable and qualitative variable. Although 2 is bigger than 1, in this case we are only talking about serial number. First person is Alice, second person is Bob. There is no way we are saying that this second person is bigger than person 1. So that's why it's a nominal variable and qualitative variable. The same applies for the name variable because Alice and Bob, they are all names. They are qualitative variable. Age here is quantitative variable, so because now we know that 25 is bigger than 22 and they can be fractions as well, like 22 years 6 months or 22 years 3 months, something like that. Hair color is qualitative variable because we know the ordering is not possible, like blonde is not bigger than brown, and so on and so forth. So now with that we have four variables and we have this data set. First, let's create different classes let's create a bar graph of hair color first. Then we can click on here and type formula unique and then select this column to get the unique hair color. So we have four types of hair here, black, brown, blonde, and red. And then we can get count if the range is again this and the criteria is this. So if black is matching any of the values here, we are going to count that. So total 7 people are here with black hair. Similarly, we can just click on this rectangle and drag this here, but the thing is this will also move as you move this. So we need to fix that. How we're going to fix that? We need to put a $ in front of the row levels. So row levels 2 and 21, we're going to fix D2 and D21 and then press enter. When you drag down here, then you see the formula doesn't change. The selection doesn't change. Okay, so now we have these frequencies, and what we can create from these frequencies is bar plot. Notice that this bar plot, like there are 7 people who have black hair, 5 people who have brown hair, and so on and so forth. So this bar plot, we are not claiming that brown is bigger than black or blonde is bigger than brown, because these are qualitative data. And that's the difference between bar plot and histogram. So let's draw a histogram from quantitative data to visualize the difference. We have age as quantitative variable. So let's get the unique ages from these values. Unique there are a lot of unique values. So since these are numbers, there will be a lot of variations. Now what we can do, we can group them. We can make several classes and let's say we can create an interval or class width, so that like from 10 years to 20 years, 20 years to 30 years, things like that. So let's try that. I'm gonna delete this column. So first, let's check the maximum age, max of these values, and then check the minimum age, minimum of these values, and then press enter, and then the gap, this is maximum. Actually, I need to move this here. Maximum, minimum, the gap is the difference between maximum and minimum, which is 25. Now the number of classes I want, let's say I want only 5 groups of ages. So I'm gonna put 5 here, and then I'm gonna calculate the class width. The desirable class width is the gap over the number of classes I want. So how many, what's the width of, what's the class width? It's 5. So I have between 20 to 45. If I want 5 groups or 5 classes, then I have to, for each group I have to have a 5 years interval. So let's start with 20, right? And then I can create 2 columns here. One is lower limit, another is proposed class. So lower limit is, let's say, 20, and then proposed class will be 20 to 25. Then lower limit is, let's say, 25. The proposed class is 25 to 30. The lower limit is 30. Proposed class is 30 to 35. Lower limit is 35. Proposed class is 35 to 40. Now the lower limit is 40. Proposed class is 40 to 45. Now we have the starting from minimum to maximum. We all have it here. If we had something like, you could otherwise start from 15 and end with probably 50. That's also okay. So always choose the lower limit below what you have in the minimum. That's a good practice. And the above limit, the lower limit of the last group can be, the upper limit of this last group can be bigger than the maximum. That's also okay. Now what we can use is first try to get the age groups or classes, and we can have VLOOKUP. We can use this function and select this variable here, A2, and then check if they match this lower limit and the proposed class. So I'm gonna write I, from I to J. So I'm selecting these 2 columns, and there are 2 things to check, and then I'm gonna write true for validating this. So this person, Alice, is 22 years old, and she belongs to this proposed class. So that's what I'm doing. And now I'm gonna drag this down to this point so that I have everyone's classes. Let's see if I have this. Yeah, this looks correct. Let's randomly check this person. So this person, Mike, is 27 years old, and he belongs to class 25 to 30. That sounds right. Now from these classes I can use the frequency. I can calculate the frequencies and same as previous. So there are 4 people between 20 and 25 years of age. Notice that since the lower limit is 25 for these classes, so if someone is 25 years old, then that person will belong to this class, not this class, not to this class. Now I'm gonna drag it down to here. So I just don't need this. So we have, for every single group, we counted how many people are there for every single classes. So there are 4 people from each group, only 3 people from 40 to 45 years of age. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move this column, cut and insert cut cell so that these 2 columns are together, and then I'm gonna delete this to for easily constructing the graph. Now let's construct this bar plot. See, now check the difference between qualitative data and quantitative data. These are called bins. That's the difference between histogram and bar plot. So these are called bins because we have clustered, we have categorized, we have grouped the quantitative variables into these groups. But we could have used general histogram function from this Excel as well, from Excel as well. So this, we can tell that this group 25 to 30 is greater than 20 to 25 because these are quantitative variable. There is some ordering, but here we only have quality. So an easier way to do histogram is just to click here and then let the Excel decide. Here Excel decides that the group will be 20 to 29.6, 29.6 to 39.2. Notice that the parenthesis here, here you can see a parenthesis, but here you can see a squared bracket. Squared bracket means that this number is included in this group. The parenthesis means this number is not included in this group. So if someone is 29.6 years old, then that person will belong to this group, not in this group. But if that person is 29.61, then that person will belong to this group, and so on and so forth. Now we can check, we can check like if we can add more bins to this. Let's do the format access, and here number of bins are 3. We can get 5. Press enter, and then now we have 5 bins just like this one. But notice that since then these numbers are quantitative, and there is some ordering among these classes, among these bins, so we have the bars are closer compared to bar graphs. Also, if the variable is quantitative, then it makes sense that we have some distribution here. But for bar plots, there is no distribution, no sense of distribution. Okay, I hope you found this video useful. I will see you in class. Thank you.